Hey there, welcome back. Maris here, and we have Ixion, and let's talk about specialization. If you don't know what it is, let me quickly show you. I'll try to stick to the focus, which is specialization. It should be fast game. Quickly in, quickly out, tips and tricks, review, and done with the game. But no, I had to tinker around, I had to poke the bear. So the game is quite deep and interesting if you, well, put a little bit, I don't know, time in it. So, specialization, what it is. The game does not clearly shows how to measure it because you need to unlock it under DLC Center. It was GAU, the displays indicator towards specialization. Anyways, whatever buildings you build in a sector, if you choose the right buildings, for example, if you look for factories, you see there's a little marker right next to the steel mill. It shows it is industry. This is food additionally. So the more buildings with such marker you stack together at one point, that sector automatically is specialized. And later I showed you the upgrade for DLS center. You should have one in every sector. So in here, when you click policies, it shows up, right? The upgrade basically shows not only with the upgrade, it shows for the next tier when you will unlock, but it also shows without unlock. So yeah, that upgrade just shows the bar. That's the thing. So, but you have no idea how much you need to build until you get the tier 1 and then the tier 2. So it is a bit user interface like absolute nightmare. So anyways, whenever you have built it, you have a bit clear idea what you have and what you can get. All right, so that is specialization. How much they are? There are 5 specializations. Yes, 5. And each and every one of them can be upgraded once. So tier 1, tier 2, right? Simple. Yeah, well, that's where simplicity ends. Let's discuss one by one. I'll give you a clue, not full picture, because it's more complicated than you might think. But one of the simplest what to get specialization is space, because you will have to build these, what they called, docking bays and airlocks as soon as basically the first thing in the first chapter you are introduced and explained. This is used to build and upgrade your space station, and later on for more things, whatnot. And docking bay, where basically you gather all your ships, science ships, and also, what was the mining ships? Yes, cargo, mining, and all that. So you need to build, what was the count? 6 of them. So I can destroy, I assume, I haven't calculated because there's no clear way how you can measure the number, how much every building gives. It's just basically a guessing game, which is absolutely nightmare. So when you have 6 of these, I'm clicking like a maniac so you can see 6 of these, then you will have already tier 2. So tier 1 is, I guess, 4 of them or something like that. Doesn't matter. This is the important part. What actually bonuses you can have, because no game explains until you get them. And if you wonder, yes, some of them are good, some of them are shit. Simple as that. If you look at the screen, we have 4 bonuses. First 2 right away start when you have tier 1 upgrade. So that's, I guess, 4 airlocks, 3 of them, I don't know. Build them and get them. I would advise and say this is one of the best to get and easiest to get. As you can see, it's quite nicely 6 of them you can stack together. Then you have basically this space also open. Anyways, let's not get distracted. There's a lot of side things that influence whatever how you build. So let me open up once again. Docking bay load and unload faster 30%, and that's not a big deal, but Hull repair is 10% more efficient. And if you get to tier 2, which is the max upgrade already, then you can have probes and ships are assembled faster. Ships, when they are assembled, you don't need, but the probe assembly might come in handy. But that's again not the biggest boost. Hull repair is 20% more efficient. So if you stock all your Eval airlocks together, you can have quite a nice upgrade. Yes, I have all of them in just this one sector. You can see space specialization. If we enable all of them, we can get boost up to 29 plus 29. That's quite a lot. It basically can mitigate whole jump. This minus, you see there's minus 60 at the top because I had 3 jumps. Every new jump adds 20 more. So with that upgrade alone, I mitigate 1 more jump, which is quite good. This is with okay, anyways, let's move on. Next, in my opinion, what we can have is, you guessed it right, this is a food. Just stacking together food, buildings, under food, you can have, you see, all of them provide for food. So, what this bonus gives. Tier 1 gives that you will use less water, and tier 2 will buildings produce 30% more waste. And when you have upgrade tier to tier 2, then you have 1 additional stability bonus. Yeah, the tier 2 is absolute garbage. In my opinion, also the first is quite garbage. Why? Simple as that. I don't know where to begin, but I need to explain why this bonus is shit. By the way, if you didn't notice or didn't know, building built and then disabled that doesn't use any workers, any electricity, nothing, just space, still uses some space, right? It still counts toward your bonus. Only when you demolish it, it will count out. This is the minimum. I can't afford to destroy any of them because I need to get this full bonus. So that's the thing. That comes in handy. I'll show you later on. So why this bonus is shit? Because if you look, less water and produce more waste. If you look at the buildings that produce food, well, the bonus where is about, or you can't see there, you can see it here. Crop farms and algae farms create waste. This first insect farm does not. So basically the waste creating bonus, let's call it a bonus because you need the balance, is not affected to insect farms. So basically now this waste creating thing only works for my cell housings, which I have too many. So that bonus is wasted. About the water, insect farms does not use any water. Again, absolutely pointless. So currently, with this setup, this building, it is absolute garbage. None of that shit matters, only this 1 plus stability, which is also like, meh. Anyways, if you're wondering, and I already hear someone typing that, well, you maybe then can switch to crop or algae farm, and then, long story short, hell to the no. They both require water. Water you can either melt or turn from waste. It basically just creates another unnecessary circle, uses too much electricity, too much people. Basically, no, none of them are any good. Simple. I'll probably make a video about the food separately, but so far insect farms are the best, with one extra exception. We are more moving towards that. So we are done with this particular policy. And then next one, we have 2 already looked. Third one is also kind of absolute garbage. You see this nightmare what I have built here? Which was a sector 5. Almost. Almost. I had it to build to 6,000 housing capacity. Why? Because this upgrade. Oh, damn it. Why it's. Who did this? Who did this? I mean, who did this? I destroyed a little bit too many buildings, and somehow it's not counting towards. Damn it. How dare you? Basically, I'm making video about things I have. I rebuilt it quite a lot of times, so there's that. Let's hope it will be enough. But for now, we can see how it works. Tier 1, it gives twice as many crew members per cycle can be fed in mess hall. So mess hall, you can see, normally it's 60 food, but I can now have 120. You see how much I need? 28. It's basically already half of maximum, which begs the question, do you really need that? And now I can show you the stability building provides additionally. Stability buildings provide additionally 1 stability. So now my question is, stability buildings are no. Wait, what? I'm now reading how stupid it is. You read stability buildings provide 1 additional stability. That means every building that adds stability, this gives 3. Where is this one? 0. No. The normal is 1. The 3 is for this. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 additional percents, I guess I get 1%. 1% extra, if it's even counted. Expo, propaganda, alternative train, German. I don't see it. So, anyways, besides the point, this stability is absolutely not worth it. Twice as many crew members per cycle being fed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it anyway. Because you see this? Why I have disabled all of them? Because they use electricity. It's the only buildings that can be built towards this bonus. You see this little blue people icon next to it. Most of them you can build only 1 of them, and I have built all of them. Well, these 2 doesn't count. They are stupid. They are stupid. So then you are left only with quarters, which again, as you can see, none of the healing or cryo centers have that mark. So cell housing, fully built every single one of them, and then basically these quarters are being built to get my bonus. Now when I have it, I again disable so they don't waste my electricity. So again, both of these bonuses are insanely stupid. I would not waste a whole sector because you saw it was not enough with all these buildings. You needed all these as well, and of course all the parks and everything. They are huge. Worst probably of ever. Anyways, we have then 1, 2, 3 sectors we checked. Now it's time for the grand finale. I think this would be the one. This is worth having, like space bonus, and this bonus is another. So here we have a combo which can be achieved separately and together. For example, if you see the sector 1, I have tier industry 1, batteries last a bit longer. If we see what is the upgrade, the tier 2 upgrade for industry, repairs are 30% faster. Oh my, none of them are any good. Absolute garbage. Whoever decided to have this industry bonus is either not very smart, or I don't know, too smart or too crazy or drunk or on shrooms. I don't know. Why? Why is the problem? You see, this is fully functional set. I can have extra space a little bit here and there, but these, if you go the traditional way with factories, steel mill, electronics, polymers, fusion, water treatment, and also nuclear power. Oh, nuclear power plant doesn't count, by the way. Yes, you don't count. Anyways, they are huge. They take a lot of space in huge, stupid forms. Like, it's hard to get to tier 1, and this tier 1, when it kicks just industry, let me open it once again, it gives something for batteries? What the fuck? So industry, long story short, the industry bonus is absolute garbage. But what is not garbage is garbage. Just bear with me, garbage is not garbage. Yes, because recycling is another bonus which I basically overlooked and never fully realized there's this one, because industry here, specialization is the first one you basically notice, probably, then food is the other one. But recycling, look at this. Once you hit tier 1, which is, well, quite fast, faster than the tier 2, recycling buildings produce 30% more resources. Stability penalty for waste building up is reduced by 50. There's no that penalty. If you balance it out, there's no penalty, so that bonus is kinda, it's not good. It's okay, something, but it's not good. But look where the kicker starts. When you have tier 2 recycling, food production buildings produce 15% more food. What? How does garbage comes together with food? Because remember sector 5, food, you need a plenty of buildings to get food, something that is produce more waste, which is wasteful. Sorry for wordplay. And then industry buildings are 30% faster, which again is something like, so having recycling tier 2 will benefit food buildings where you don't have any space for food buildings anymore, and industry buildings where you don't have any space for industry, because industries, what? It is crazy, but hear me out. Why I'm not going deeper in the details how to get what to get, as I said, this is a guessing game. When how much you need to build to get to this, you have a bar, but you have no clear idea how many additional bar points you have when you build steel mill. It's huge. Maybe it's better to build electronics. I don't know. Weird shape. It's a lot of questions, but I know for sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 waste treatment centers. If I build another one, 10, it is enough. 10 centers under factories. There is this nice building that gives industry and waste treatment. So having 10 of them in one sector will give tier 2 bonus. And also, if I remember correctly, it was not going in a same speed. I think recycling was faster or industry was faster. I don't remember, but having 10 of them, you will have these bonuses. So now the kicker, at the first time, it doesn't matter what I built, I rebuilt many times to get this. And what I found is, if you look for food buildings, there is this mushroom wall, which also benefits recycling and for food. We don't care about food specialization, we care about making food, because remember, we have a bonus with tier 2 recycling, well, full recycling specialization, to produce more food. So this comes in handy. Having waste treatment facility, I had 10 of them. Then basically I removed one waste treatment center and build instead one mushroom wall. It was not enough. I had to build 2 mushroom walls. So they are not equal. 2 mushroom walls, I think, were a bit more than just one treatment center. Anyways, it's weird. It's weird. You need to balance it out. But I did it. Why? Because you see, I have 9 of them, as I mentioned. These 2 are factories. They don't count towards specialization recycling. So I have 9 of them and 3 mushroom walls. I believe I can delete one of them and I still will have tier 2 recycling center. It's weird, but I hope you get this. But then the question basically is, Maris, you talk too much. What's the key point of it? The key point of it, this is absolute killer. Remember how I mentioned the food making is garbage if you go through the water and then crop farm or algae farm and electricity? It's garbage. Look at this. Why I have this? So we can compare. In this sector, I have no bonus whatsoever, I believe. Oh, this doesn't, nothing impacts. So we can see how normally mushroom works. How it works is you can see 6 waste is used, 9 food is produced. So basically the ratio is 1 to 1.5. Yes, 1.5 in 2.1 cycles. Okay, nothing that bad. Look what happens when we have upgraded. First of all, from 6 waste we make 14 food, which is, wait, what? Not 9, but 5 more. It's more than it's. I don't know why it's so high, but not only that. Here we had 1.7 cycles. Oh yeah, 1.7 cycles still. It is using a little bit waste. You can burn through your waste quite quickly. I have a lot of population that creates waste, so I don't have that worry. But the food output is insane. Let me show you. If you didn't know, when you mouse over on food, you are looking for this area. You see, whatever buildings you have on, they create 154% of all my food. Basically, you need to have that number over 100%. That means you will not starve. Look at this. I had so many farms and only 3 mushrooms, and we have 154%. You see, in this green box at the top, that's where you need to look. Look what happens if we disable 3 poor buildings, 3 little buildings, little mushroom buildings. We are down to 81%. 54 was before, over 100, 54, and then add 11, 19, 60, 73% of all my food production comes from these 3 little mushroom walls when they are fully upgraded. Like this amazing specialization. Remember, this is specialization that gives more food, and also here all the buildings produce more. Recycling buildings produce more resources, and that's another one. We'll take a look at this one. Why and how I can manage to run whole system with just one treatment center. This is just insane. I have for comparison. There's an upgrade. Normally it takes 50 to 50. You can research an upgrade. From 40, I make 50 in 10 cycles. Sounds good? Sounds poor. When you have tier 2 upgrade. From 60, I make, from 40, I make 65. So instead of 50, I make way more alloy. And that's not only alloy, that's any material, anything you want, basically, that makes this game absolutely insanely easy. more easy than it was easy already. And it doesn't take full 10 cycles, but 7.7. It's just absurd how. And if you're wondering, when you have fully upgraded, it uses only 10 electricity and 15 people. These are quite power hungry, all of the factories. If you go, okay, this is fully upgraded, but anyways, these waste treatment centers, when they are fully upgraded, it's insane how good they are. I have all of them on pause because I don't need them. I will not have balance. But again, I'm going a bit off topic. One last thing to mention here is, if you didn't know, I'll throw in just a bonus for you. The last upgrade, the last patch for this game, I don't even have this, shit, I don't have built it, but there's this Cryo Awakening, right? Where you can select cryopons contain workers are open first. The thing is, from the patch notes, there was a one-liner where they mentioned in chapter 1, they upgraded non-workers to workers pod ratio, which got me thinking, wait. It means every pod, this cryonic pod that you pick up, have pre-selected. It's either worker in it or non-worker. And you cannot change it in any shape or form. You can only adjust a little bit which ones to wake first. At the end, when you are waking all of them up, none of that shit matters. Which just, yeah, they fixed it, and a lot of people are mentioning like, wait, no, I still wake up non-workers. That means you run out. There is no clear way, there's no marker, no separation, no UX, nothing in interface that shows how many worker pods you have and how many non-worker pads. It's absurd to the point where, trust me when I say this, I'll show you one more thing about the game that not even developers know about. Yes, you watch this channel for this reason. I can tell you something about the game which basically even makers don't know. I'm not even being cocky. This is a glitch, obviously. This is a bug, which comes back to the point. Specialization states that recycling tier 2 industry buildings are 30% faster. Pointer here, this is a mistake, or I don't know, someone made it like this, or I don't know where the issue is, but basically what they are saying is a lie. Industry buildings are not 30% faster. 30% faster are recycling buildings. We just saw it, right? And that's not even 30%. 30% should be 7 cycles, not 7.7. It's bad calculation as well. You're not even bad with, come on, man, fix it. Because why? I have this build up. Steel mill states clearly 10 iron into 15 alloy per cycle. Here we don't have such bonus. Exactly the same. The speed is not improved. It is industry building, but it's not recycling building, so it's wrong. It's just wrong. I built it and it's failed. On top of that, if you're thinking, well, maybe it can't go below a cycle, that's also wrong. This polymer refinery makes 5 out of 4 in 0.6. So first of all, yes, it can go below 1 per cycle. 1.6 cycles. Oh wait, without any that bonus, also 1.6, 0.6. That means industry buildings are not affected whatsoever freaking ever, despite the fact you clearly state industry buildings are 30% faster. No, they are not. And if I'm just burying you with the bonuses and the knowledge around here. I hope you appreciate that. I just hope you are here for the knowledge. If we now know that only recycling buildings are affected, which then begs a question, all of them, because you see, we have recycling building here, we have also recycling building here, which 1.7 cycles. We can argue that here it works per cycle, but here it works per 2.1 cycles, but it doesn't make any sense to cut it down in half, more than in half. This calculation is something wrong. I don't trust what's written there. In here, this text never changes. It doesn't automatically update, as far as I can tell. You see, 6. Yeah, 6 waste, 9 food. Here we clearly see we make more. I'm just confused. Yeah, this text does not change. But here, this transformation also is a bit weird, because it shouldn't be that fast. You see, when you mouse over, it shows again in 3 cycles. What does it mean, 3 cycles? If you here say 2.1 cycle, it's again the game. You got to get your shit together, because none of this makes any sense. Here you state 1.7, here you state 2.1, and tooltip says 3 cycles. Like, which is it then? But anyways, this is beyond. This is, let the game solve this mystery. I am here for something else. I demolished the building, but there is one more building that falls under recycling. This is water treatment center, which is kind of, yeah, it is recycling and industry again. We know that industry buildings are not affected by this. I had it built here. I think, yeah, I removed it because it was bad. I will just show it. Here what it does, it takes 25 waste and then powers it and then basically makes water for 1 full cycle. When this water treatment center is here with full bonuses, where it state recycle buildings produce more resources, it could prolong the time. Industry buildings are 30% faster, which in this case would be recycling buildings. We know that's a mistake. So in any way or shape or form, we would expect somehow this to work better, because it is recycling and it is industry. So this water treatment center must have some improvements. No, it doesn't. It just takes 25 and just works for one cycle. That's it. Nothing, no reduced waste, no increased time. You know, you would expect maybe if it's about the efficiency in times, it go beyond 1 cycle. No, I measured, like, watch this cycle and how much it take. Yeah, it doesn't. So overall, this waste treatment is one of the worst in case of explanation and clear indication. And these numbers doesn't match, but what I know for sure, it creates hell ton food out of it. That is for sure. And in combination with these insect farms that don't use any water, this use a little bit waste and produce so much food. You saw, basically half of all the food I make comes from these 3 buildings. So that is the last of specializations. We had space, we had food, we had population, and then we had industry and recycling. As I said, just recapturing the space, this sector makes sense, and I would advise to have it for this bonus. Basically those 29%, yeah, 29 hull integrity, which is good. And then I would go for the second, would be for the waste. These waste treatment centers, you have to have 10 of them. Well, if you have 3, if you are wondering, yes, then 3 more mushroom farms would allow me to remove maybe 2 of them. That would give me back the space. It's all about managing the space, the need, and to get the specialities, because you saw it's quite crazy. You need to go all in for specific specialization if you are thinking to get it. For example, here, yeah, food, basically barely you need all the buildings, the food, the popularity, the backup power and all that to support it. So yeah, that's about specializations. I hope I hope it helps someone in some way or shape or form. If you are the last bonus I'll give you, if you're wondering, okay, it seems like easy, why this video came out so long? See this? It took me 6,300 cycles. If you're still wondering, I am in. This is the chapter 3. It's only chapter 3, but well, currently I have built and tested everything. I found at least answers I was looking for. Thank you guys for watching. If you have questions, please don't. This game is like a rabbit hole. When once you start thinking, it's like absolute nightmare. But now you know everything about specializations, how to get it, what the outcome is, and what to avoid. There's so much more. We'll meet in the other videos, shall we, guys? I think a few more videos and then I'm done with the game. I will know in and out of it already. All right, cheers.